start by looking at number puzzles, okay, that become equations. So first of all, we're looking at number puzzles that become equations. Okay. For each question, create an equation and work out the number. All right, so guys, in maths, okay, when we don't know what a number is, or when we're trying to work out a number, often what we will do is we will turn the number that we don't know into a letter. All right, now you can pick this to be any letter. All right, you can pick it to be any letter that you want to. Okay, I like to use the letter K because K is for Kirsty. Okay, but most math teachers, they like to use the letter X. Now, not any way of writing an X either. They like to write an X in a particular way. And the way that they like to write the letter X is they like to write a letter X like this. Okay. So they like to have an X so that it's a backward C and a forward C together. Right. We call this an unknown variable. All right. Okay. Unknown because we don't know what the number is, so it's unknown. All right. Variable. Variable. It can change to represent a variety of numbers. Okay, so X is an unknown variable. Okay, unknown because we don't know what it is. Variable because it can change to represent a variety of numbers. All right. What is variety? Variety means a whole lot. Variety, a whole lot. So it can mean like 1, 2, 5, 12, 18, 90, 100, 10,000, -2, -6. It can represent a variety, a whole lot. Right. Okay. So, do we always have to use the letter X? No, you don't have to use the letter X. You can also use letters like A, B, C, D. Okay, you can use any letter to represent that. Any of these letters can be used as an unknown variable. But the one that teachers often like to use, or not just teachers, but mathematicians as well, is we like to use X. Okay, we like to use X. Okay. All right, so let's go have a look at those word problems that they gave us. So it says, for each question, create an equation and work out the number. All right. I am thinking of a number. Okay, so I'm thinking of a number. It's in my head. If I add 9 to that number, the answer is 21. So guys, instead of us sitting here and trying to work it out in our head and oh my goodness, what could the answer be? Could we instead let that number be X? So instead of saying I'm thinking of a number, could we say that number is going to be X? So I'm thinking of a number, cool, the number is going to be X. All right, so I'm going to take that number X, and if I add 9 to that number, the answer is 21. So x plus 9 is equal to 21. Okay? What number am I thinking of? Now, there's different ways to do this. You would have learned before when you were in grade 6 and maybe at the beginning of this year in grade 7, is that you can say to yourself, what plus 9 gives me 21? So what number plus 9 gives me 21? And I can see Umar had his hand up for a while. So Umar, what number plus 9 gives me 21?
12.
12. Well done. Thanks, Umar.
No.
Okay, so Umar is right. The answer is going to be 12. So 12 plus 9 is equal to 21. Okay. I want to take us to another page quickly. So I had x plus 9 equals 21. Okay, that's what the sum was, hey guys? X plus 9 equals 21. Okay. I want you to think of this equal sign as a mirror. So very similar to what we did when we did reflection. Remember when we did reflections, and we've been doing reflections in our classes this term, and we did it with Mr. Hugo the other night, okay? That equal sign is like a mirror, okay? So if I want to get x all by himself on this side, so if I want to have x, okay, all by himself, so I just want to have x on that side. I don't want to have anything else on this side, all right? What do I need to do? What's the opposite of adding 9? What's the opposite of adding 9? You can tell me, what's the opposite of adding 9? Mulalo, what am I going to do? What's the opposite of adding 9? Hi, Mulalo. Oh, Mulalo, I think your sound maybe is not working tonight. Okay, I'm going to go to Lungawa. Lungawa, what's the opposite of adding 9?
Adding 9.
What's the opposite of what's the opposite of adding in maths?
You subtract.
Subtracting. Good. Well done, Lungawa. So the opposite of adding, do you agree, is to subtract, eh?
Yes, ma'am.
So if I've got plus 9, how do I get rid of plus 9? I must
Subtract.
subtract 9. And because this is a mirror, whatever I do to the one side, what must I do to the other side?
You must do exactly the same as the other side.
Well done. I must do exactly the same. Subtract. Good. Thanks, Lungawa. I'm going to put you back on mute. Thanks for the help.
Okay.
Okay. So now I've got x plus 9 minus 9. I'm going to have x left there. And 21 minus 9 is going to be left with 12. So that's one way that we can practice doing these sums. Let's carry on and let's see if we get another one where we can practice again. Okay. Right. So I'm going to put all your hands down for now. Right. I'm thinking of a number. If I subtract 7 from that number, the answer is negative 3. Okay. If I subtract 7 from that number, the answer is negative 3. What number am I thinking of? So I want you to help me first put the sum together. So let's go. I've got here Rami's boy. I know that this isn't your actual name, so you're going to tell me what your actual name is. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
You are unmuted. Hello, what's your actual name?
It's Ramsey, ma'am.
Ramsey. Hi, Ramsey. Right, Ramsey, talk to me. Ramsey, what's the sum going to be? I'm thinking of a number. Yeah?
X minus 7 equals minus 3.
Good, well done. X minus 7 equals negative 3. Right, Ramsey, talk to me. What number am I thinking of? What number minus 7 equals minus 3? Should we go work it out the way we did before? Should we go work it out on the other
Yes,
page? You're
ma'am.
gonna work it out with me. Okay, let's go
Yes,
work it
ma'am.
out together. Don't log off, hold on. So I've got x minus 7, I'm gonna leave a space, equals minus 3. Right, Ramsey, I want x all by himself. So what's the opposite of minus 7?
It's plus, ma'am.
Good, so I'm gonna say plus 7. Now that's a mirror, hey? So whatever I do to that side, I must do to the other side, hey?
Other side.
So I've got x left on this side. Ramsey, what's negative 3 plus 7? Switch it around. What's 7 minus 3?
It's 4, ma'am.
4. Well done. Does it make sense?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well done. Okay, cool. Well done. So x is going to be equal to 4. Thanks, Ramsey.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, guys, I'm seeing loads of people wanting to answer. Well done. I'm loving this tonight. Well done. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. I'm thinking of a number. If I multiply that number by 5, the answer is 40. So I'm thinking of a number. If I multiply it by 5, the answer is 40. What number am I thinking of? Lachey, oh, Lachey's gone. Lachey had their hand up. Tara Jane. Hi, Tara Jane.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
Good, and you?
Good, thanks. Right, Tara Jane, how do I write my sum out?
I got x times 5 equals
Good.
4.
Well done. So x times 5 equals 40. Well done, Tara Jane. Okay, and what's my answer? What's x going to be equal to, Tara Jane?
X equals 8.
Well done. X equals 8. So Tara Jane, stay with me. Let's take it to the other page. So we had x times 5, I'm going to leave a gap, equals 40. Right, Tara Jane, what do I need to do? What do I need to say?
You could make, to get your answer,
Yeah, what do I need to say?
maybe divide 5 by 40.
Well done. Okay, so we're going to say, all right, how are we going to get x by himself, Tara Jane? What are we doing to x at the moment? We're saying x times 5, hey? So
Yeah.
how do we get rid of, what's the opposite of times?
Divide.
Divide, good. So on this side, we're going to say divide by 5, hey? And what are these equal signs again? What did I say these equal signs are like? Like a mirror, hey? They're like looking at a mirror. So whatever you do to the one side, you need to do to the
Other side.
other side. Good. So on the one side, we said divide by 5. So what do we need to do to the other side?
Divide by 5.
You got this. Well done. You got this. Come on. Okay, so 5 divided by 5, it gives me x, hey? Happy? Because that cancels. Do you agree? Times 5
Yeah.
divided by 5, gone. Right. And 40 divided by 5, what's 40 divided by 5, Tara Jane?
8.
8. Well done. Did we have the same answer?
Yes.
Awesome. Well done. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, you're doing really well. Well done. Okay, let's move down. All right, I'm going to give you the next two to think of now. So I'm thinking of a number. If I divide that number by 6, the answer is 7. What number am I thinking of? And then the next one, I'm thinking of a number. If I multiply that number by 6, then add 3, the answer is 15. So this one's a little bit trickier. Okay, what number am I thinking of? So there's 2 sums there for you to try. I'm actually going to put up all 3 for you, thinking of it now. All right, so there are 3 sums left for you. There are 3 sums left for you. I'm going to drop everybody's hands, okay? And I'm going to give you 3 minutes to go try them. Now, when I say go try them, I want to know the equations and I want to know the answers. So the equations and the answers. Write them out. So write them out, solve them, okay? And then I'm going to take your answers. So write them out, solve them, and then I'm going to take your answers. Go give it a try. Go give it a try. Okay. Oh, well done. Everybody is working. I'm liking this. All right. Sure, some people already have their hands up. My goodness. Well done, guys. We're on fire. Okay, 1 more minute. All right, somebody's saying to me, can we use a calculator? If you're allowed to use a calculator at school, sure. Okay, if you're allowed to use a calculator at school, no problem. But if you're not allowed to use a calculator in your exams, then I would suggest trying to do it without a calculator. Okay. All right, well done, guys. Yo, well done. Okay, 1 more minute. Give it a try. I see some people look like they've given up. Don't give up. Keep trying. All right. And even if you can't do the first one, put your hand up if you know how to do like number 6. That's okay. All right, because you don't have to, when I ask you to help me with a question, you don't have to say to me, ma'am, I know how to do number 4. You can be answering to do number 6 or answering to do number 5. Okay. All right, that is 3 minutes. Let's go and try this. So I'm going to start with Katlego. Hi, Katlego.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good, thanks. Right, Katlego, which number are you doing with me? 4, 5, or 6?
I'm going to do 4.
4. Okay, let's go, Katlego. How does my equation look? Let's read it first. If I divide the number by 6, the answer is 7. Okay, how does your equation look?
It is going to be x divided by 6 is equal to 7.
Well done. X divided by 6 equals 7. Okay, do you have an answer for me? What's x equal to? Katlego? Katlego, are you still there? Katlego?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, what's x equal to? Did you work it out?
Yes, ma'am.
What's x equal to?
X is equal to 42.
Well done. Right, Katlego, stay with me. Let's go show everybody how we did that.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
let's go show everybody how we did that. So, we had x divided by 6, and we want to leave a space, hey? Equals
Yes,
7, hey?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Katlego, what's the opposite of divide?
Multiply.
Multiply. Well done. And we want to multiply by
6.
6. The equal sign is like what?
A mirror.
It's like a mirror. Well done. So on this side, what are we going to say? We're also going to say multiply
7
by?
multiplied by 6.
Well done. So this is going to like cancel out, eh? So I'm going to be left with x.
X.
And 7 times 6, because you know your times tables without using a calculator, I just know it, is equal to 42. Well done. Is this easy?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Well done. Thanks so much, Katlego.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. All right, guys, let's go try a little bit of a trickier one now. So we've done all the nice easy ones. Who is going to help me out with a trickier one? Okay. Let's go with Ramsey. I see your hand. I see you, but I want to try to give somebody else a chance. I promise I see you, Ramsey. I know. All right, I'm going to go with Lachey. Lachey, do you want to try help me out with number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Lachey. Let's go. What was your equation?
X times 6 plus
Good.
3 equals
Good.
15.
Good. Well done. X times 6 plus 3 equals 15. Well done. And to make sure that we do it really, really well, do you agree we could even put some brackets here, hey? If
Yes,
we
ma'am.
really want it to be like really good, because it says, what must we do first? If we multiply the number by 6 and then add 3. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. All right, now I want to go solve this together because I don't want you to just give me the answer. So let's go solve this together quickly. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay,
So
ma'am.
let's go to here. All right. So you had in a bracket, because we want to be perfect, we had x times 6
Times 6 plus 2 plus 3.
plus 3 equals 15. Okay, whoopsie, I forgot to leave my space. My goodness, I'm leaving my space behind. Okay. Equals, was it 15?
15. Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's do this in steps, Lachey. Okay, so first of all, let's get rid of the stuff that's outside the brackets. All right, what's the opposite of plus 3?
It's minus, ma'am.
Good, so on this side, I'm in a minus 3. Whatever I do to the one side, I must do to the other side of the mirror, hey? So minus 3.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to be left with x. Enough space. I'm going to be left with x times 6 equals 15 minus 3 gives me 12, hey?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now let's get rid of this whole times by 6 thing. What's the opposite of timesing?
The opposite of timesing is division, ma'am.
Well done. So I'm going to divide by 6. Whatever I do to the one side, I must do to the
Other side, ma'am.
good. So x is going to be equal to
2.
2. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thanks so much, Lachey.
Thank you, ma'am.
So guys, x is equal to 2. Let's make it look nice. Being lazy, my goodness. X equals to 2. Okay. All right, I got one sum left. I've got one sum left. I want to try one more person that hasn't gone left tonight. Let's go with Tando. Hi, Tando.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you?
Good, thanks. And how are you, ma'am?
I'm good, thank you. Right, Tando, let's go. I'm thinking of a number. If I multiply the number by 4 and then I subtract 12, the answer is 8. how am I going to do that sum? Tando, what does it look like? What does yours look like?
Ma'am, I said x times 4 minus 12, which equals 8.
Well done. Do you agree with me if I want to be like really, really good, I'm going to go put like brackets around here, hey?
Yes,
Because I
ma'am.
must do that first. Good. Okay, can I take this to my other page so we can solve it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Whoopsie. All right. Trying to, oh, no, it doesn't want to work. Okay, let's go do it. All right, you're going to read the sum to me because you're going to remember you've got a much better memory than me. Okay, so my sum was
X times 4 minus 12, which equals 20.
which equals 20. Well done.
I mean 8, ma'am. Sorry, 8.
Equals 8. Okay. All right. Tando, what do I do first? I say to myself, first I must say to myself, okay, I'm minusing 12 on this side. What's the opposite of minusing 12?
Adding, ma'am.
Well done. So I must add 12 on this side. The equal sign is like having a mirror, hey?
Mirror.
What does that do to the other side? I must add 12, hey?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now I've got x, oopsie, x times 4 equals 8 plus 12 equals 20.
20.
Right. Tando, what's the opposite of times by 4?
Divide.
Divide by 4. Whatever I do to the one side, I must do to the
Other side.
good. So I've got x and 20 divided by 4 gives me
5.
5. So I come back here and my answer is going to be 5. Did you get 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Well done. All right. Well done, Tando. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, I'm going to drop all your hands. Is there anybody that has any questions on any of the ones that we've just done? So does anyone have a question for me? They're not sure. Right. Asonge. Hi, Asonge.
Hi, ma'am.
What's up? Which question do you want to go over again?
Ma'am, I wasn't here last week, and I know that I'm going to watch the YouTube video because I was practicing for my school concert. So I wanted to ask, how do we do this? And I also came late for class.
That's okay. So Asonge, we didn't actually do this last week. This is a special class that we're doing today because so many people have been asking me about algebra. Man, can we do algebra? So this is a special class that we're doing today. So I think if you were late for today's class, just make sure that you go back and you watch the beginning of this lesson. We're going to practice this some more in the next worksheet that we've got as well. So we're going to practice this some more in the next worksheet. So try and see if you understand it in the next worksheet. But for last week's lessons, we were doing revision on the geometry that we've been doing this week, this term.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, no problem. All right, Lungawa.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, which question do you need some help with?
No, I don't want to ask a question, Mas. I just
Okay.
wanted to know that at our school we never started number
Algebra.
puzzles become equations.
Okay,
So I
but
really
that's
don't
okay.
understand.
That's okay, but it's okay. So if you don't understand yet, that's all right. We're just going to keep going. Have you done some algebra yet?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, cool. And have you been working with sums like this though, with x plus 4 equals, not yet? That's okay.
No.
It's still coming. It's okay.
Okay,
All
ma'am.
right. So don't stress. Take it slow. And remember that once you do start that lesson, you can always come back to this class and you can watch the video again.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thanks, Ngawa. All right. Last question, Brianna. Hi, Brianna.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm good, and you, ma'am?
I'm good. What's your question, Brianna?
Ma'am, a question 5, ma'am. What if we put the division in the brackets?
If you put the division in the brackets. So if you went and you said, okay, so let's do it together. So the sum was for number 5. I'm just going to go get it quickly. It was, sorry, x times 6 plus 3. So x times 6 plus 3 equals 15, like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so one way you could have done it, Brianna, is you could have said x times 6 divided by 6 plus 3 minus 3 equals 15 minus 3 divided by 6. But can you see how confusing that gets?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know what I mean? It gets so confusing. So what I like to do is I like to do it in steps. Okay, it's much easier if you do it in steps. I like to have it in brackets so that I know, okay, I'm going to deal with the brackets later. The first thing I want to do, I want to get rid of what's on the outside of the brackets. So to get rid of the outside of the brackets, well, I need to get rid of plus 3, so I must minus 3 and minus 3. So I'm left with x times 6 equals 12. Then I say to myself, okay, now I've gotten rid of what's on the outside of the brackets. Now I must get rid of what's on the inside of the brackets. So now I've got x and I've got 2. You see, if you do it in steps, it just makes it a lot easier, Brianna.
Ma'am, like what if in brackets was x divided by 6?
Oh, so it was like this instead. Okay, hold on. I get you. Hold on. So it was like this. Where's my thing gone? It was x divided by 6, like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it's a different sum. All right, let's go see. So we would go and we would still do the same thing. We would say minus 3 on the one side. Whatever I do to the one side, I must do to the
Other side.
other side here. Minus 3. So we'd have x divided by 6 equals 12. What's the opposite of dividing?
Multiply.
Good, multiplying. Whatever I do to the one side, I must do to the
Other side.
other side. So this I'm left with x. What's 12 times by 6? 72.
72.
And that's it. It's exactly the same. It's just your steps.
Ah,
Beautiful, hey? Maths is beautiful. Come on, you can't say that's not beautiful.
it is, ma'am.
I know. Okay, let's do the next worksheet. Thanks, Brianna, for the question.
Bye.
All right, guys, let's carry on doing some practice. So, our next worksheet, it says, for each equation, we're going to determine the value of the unknown. Try use inverse operations like in the lesson. Now, what does inverse mean? Inverse means the opposite. So exactly the same. Inverse means opposite. So what we've been doing on our worksheet before, on that extra worksheet, now we're going to practice doing that. All right, so b plus 1 equals 4. So we're looking for b. We're determining the value of the unknown. B plus 1 equals 4. Well, we all know that b is going to be equal to 3. We all know that, okay? But instead, what can we go and say? We can say b plus 1, we can leave a space, equals 4. How do we get rid of plus 1? We're going to minus 1. Whatever we do to the one side, we must do to the other side. So on this side, plus 1 minus 1, we left with b. And 4 minus 1, we left with 3. And is that true? 3 plus 1, does it give you 4? Yes, it does. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. All right. Oopsie daisy. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to take the next 3 questions for you, and I'm going to let you guys try those. So I'd like you guys to go have a look at those next 3 questions for me. I see, Lungawa, you have a question, so I'm going to answer those while everybody's trying those next 3. Lungawa, what's up?
Miss, what does the B represent? Because I don't understand.
That's okay. So B represents, remember we were saying earlier that it represents an unknown number. So you can make it X, you can make it a K, you can make it an L, you can make it whatever you want to make it. It's the number that is unknown.
Unknown.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like, you know, like in the last question, in the last worksheet, we were saying, think of a number, all right? Add 1 to that number and it will equal 4.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
It's kind of like that kind of vibe. Make sense?
Okay, ma'am. It does
Cool.
make sense.
Well done. Ah, good. I'm glad. Good. All right. I'm seeing I've got some hands up, so I'm thinking that some people have already got the answers for me, which is awesome. Okay. I did get a message from somebody saying, ma'am, the time, I know we are running out of time, and this is such a nice lesson. I love algebra. It's so sad. So sad. We're going to have to do another algebra lesson in the holidays, I think, as well. Okay. All right. Hi, Christina.
Hi.
Are you going to help me with one of these sums?
Yeah, can I please help you with the first one?
Of course you can. Right, Christina, talk to me.
Well, what I did is I minus 20 from 4. I added 20 from 14.
Okay, cool. And what did you get?
I got 34.
Good. So we've got x minus 14 equals 20. So we're going to add 14 to that side. We'll add 14 to this side. So we'll have x is equal to 34. Well done, Christina. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right, let's have a look at the next one. Okay, guys, to help you out here, if it says 2y, maths people are just lazy. So all that means is 2 times y equals 44. We're just a bit lazy sometimes, maths people. That's all. We're just a bit lazy. Okay. Let's go to Asonge. Hi, Asonge.
Ma'am, I
Hi,
had
Asonge.
a
How are you?
question, ma'am. I just wanted to ask you to please just go up, ma'am. And I also was confused about number 3. You
Okay.
may please go up, and I was confused about number 3, ma'am.
Okay, there we go. I've gone up for you. And number 3, I haven't done number
Thank
3.
you, ma'am.
No problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, we good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. All right, let's go to Itandile. Hi, Itandile.
Hi, ma'am.
Itandile, you gonna help me with number 3?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Itandile, number 3, what did you get?
Okay, number 3. This is how I got number 3. Number 3 was
Ooh.
22. That's the answer, basically. I
Well
said
done.
2y over 2 because for you to get y only, you need to like cross out 2. You don't need 2, you need y. And then you're gonna say equals to 44 over 2. That's how I got 22.
Well done. Well done. So I'm going to explain it to everybody. That's a perfect way to do it. I'm really happy. That's how I would do it as well. I'm going to explain it to everybody else the same way we've been doing it today there as well. Okay, well done, Itandile. I'm happier if you're doing it that way. Well done.
Pleasure, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, so Itandile explained it one way. I'm going to explain it to you guys another way. So another way of saying 2y is the same as saying y times 2 equals 44. What's the opposite of timesing by 2? It's dividing by 2. And whatever I do to the one side, I must do to the other side. So y is going to be equal to 22. Another way you can say it to yourself is 2 times by what equals 44? 2 times by 22 equals 44. Okay, and the last one, guys, I'm going to do it for you because we're running out of time. We've got a over 7. Now, when something is over something, do you agree that in maths, that's the same thing as saying divided by? So A divided by 7 equals 5. A divided by 7 equals 5. So when something is over something in maths, it actually means divide, right? So what's the opposite of divide? The opposite of divide is times. What I do to the one side, I must do to the, oh, why am I timesing by 5, guys? I'm so sorry. I want to get rid of 7. What I do to the one side, I must do to the other side. So I'm going to have A is equal to 5 times 7 equals 35. All right, those are our 4 sums all done. Grade 7s, Mr. Hugo is going to put the quiz for you in the chat. So there is this week's quiz. This week's quiz is based on your geometry that you did with Mr. Hugo on Monday night. So please make sure that you are all good with your geometry. I know that you guys have got this. You know your geometry, your rotations, your transformations, your translations. Make sure you've got a piece of paper when you're doing the quiz and you're drawing it out. Thank you so much for all paying attention to tonight's lesson.